kilometres to go, and this is nervous times. Little bit of road space opening up. Somebody's bound to just automatically fill into that. Tom Pidcock's not that far away either. I don't know whether he fancies it, but I would have thought that it's going to be David Gonzalez for Q365, and the pace picks up right now with 2.8 kilometres to go. It gets a bit sketchy from now on in terms of twists and turns, Matt. Straight road, but that belies the secret of what lies ahead. Some nasty, nasty corners to be dealt with at pace.
Certainly is. They're 1 kilometre now from that narrow chicane that they're aiming for. So just before that, they'll pass a roundabout. That should be pretty smooth running, but then they come to the narrow chicane at 1.5 Ks to go, and that's where all these teams are now fighting for. They're in the safety of the 3K zone, so if there's a crash or a puncture now, then the riders are off at the same time, and this is a really tough finish. You see here, the riders out of the saddle, 48 kilometres an hour, and they're really having to give some gas here to hold position. And Modern Adventure Pro Cycling are doing a fantastic job at the moment on the front of the peloton. Yeah, absolutely superb. Mark Stewart is their choice, and in fact they've got the whip hand just for the time being. So Richard Carapaz doing some duty there. He backs up, some space opening up behind him. For them it is of course Noah Hobbs for the men in pink, and still the drive goes on, and superbly so by Ines Grenadiers working for Dorian Godon. Bob Jungels is about to come in and take the drive, trying to reassemble themselves. Not quite sure why they were out of shape. Is NSN Cycling, in fact just spearing up on the right hand side of the road right now as you look at it. Not that far away is indeed Ethan Vernon. You can see he's at the back, looming larger than the rest of his team, who are lining out in almost a 4-up TT unit. That is absolutely superb. Meanwhile, it'll be for others to try and get back at them. You can see that Andreas Leknesund, the Norwegian champion, trying to tee up Magnus Kort. Doesn't have the same pace as Charmig, who's hit the deck a little bit earlier. Here's the 1500 metres to go marker. Big shilly-shally, as you can see. Safest place is to be out front. There's a turn coming up. You better nail it, because then there's only 150 metres to go. Goodness me, that is your first little sniff about what we're dealing with. Spearing through here, Bob Jungels does a job, but he'll be hoping to guide, of course, overall leader Dorian Godon. They're all over the place here, Matt. Yeah, NSN are doing a really good job here. They're just using Ineos Grenadiers. They've still got 3 riders together. It's going to 1 kilometre to go now. It looks like their lead out man on the front, I think it's Brady Gilmore, is on the limit here as he's bringing Ethan Vernon into position as UAE now start to open up on the left-hand side of the road. Brady Gilmore, Jake Stewart also here as well, and it starts to pick up for Gualdi, for Lotto Intermarché. Kokelman won't be that far away either. Big moves coming from elsewhere. Likewise, Rudi Mollard would like to come and play the game, trying to spear up very fast. This is Mats Wenzel, just tight on the inside here. He's going to have some hopes, especially as it gets complicated. And here we are, up over the top, and it's Gualdi and Kokelman for Lotto Intermarché. Still waiting to play his cards is Ethan Vernon here. He's in a fantastic position right now. Here comes Magnus Kort to try and spoil their party. It looks like that's going to be the quartet. Skarseth also getting very much involved here for UnoX Mobility. And are they going to lead it for him? Skarseth looks like he's actually going to skittle away with this one. It looks like he's going to actually go long. Here we go then. Nice little turn into this one. Tom Pidcock's not that far away either. Oh, swapping some shoulders. Ethan Vernon goes for it. It's him versus Dorian Godon. Suddenly the leader of the race is absolutely where he needs to be. It's Tom Pidcock also all over the back of him. Ethan Vernon versus Godon. It's going to be Vernon on the line. Gets there. Brilliant. Beats Godon at the line. And indeed Tom Pidcock rounding out the podium. Gosh, it was like ground rush at the very end there. One corner in it essentially almost all day that was looming large in everybody's minds. And Ethan Vernon gets there. Really interesting final there, and I think NSN did a fantastic job of just holding the space on the road. And you see them move across to the left when the Uno X was trying to come. They just closed that door. Dorian Godon just knew he wanted to be on Ethan Vernon's wheel the whole time, and Vernon rode that last corner really smart there. Just kept closing the door a little bit. He didn't want to open up until he was out of that corner. When I saw him released at 250 metres to go, I was thinking, is that too early? But he was first in the corner, little recovery, then big sprint to the line. Good lad. Well, he needed that, to be honest. He's had a bit of ill fortune in this race and gets there, and you can see what it means to him as well.